Sage Forsaken here, and today we're looking at the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Star-Lord figure. This is one of Marvel's new Epic line, where they're 4-inch figures. They are a more budget-friendly figure, but still have pretty good articulation for what they are. That's why I wanted to check them out. So, as you can see here, he does come with 2 blasters. There's, essentially a decent little paint job, really. I really like the head looks really good. And of course, he looks almost like he's a Cobra Trooper though, but that's a separate issue with the design of the costume. As you can see here, his neck does turn left and right. It's kind of on a ball. His shoulders are also on ball hinges where they can swivel out and spin all the way around. Elbows, knees, and hips are all on these same kinds of hinges. So you can do pretty good posing with this figure, but he doesn't have ankle or wrist articulation. Now, of course, you can see here he splits all the way out to the side. His leg goes forward this much, and it'll go back this much. And of course, after it goes back, you can then bend the knee. And of course, as you can see here, there's like a knee cap, I guess you'd call it. But the pivot does still work to hide the joint. They have this sculpting on the front of the knee for the knee pad. Here he is from the back. He's not America's ass, he's the galaxy's ass, I guess. Anyway, here's his blasters in his hand. They do stay in really good, so that's always a plus when your action figure can actually hold its guns. And, he stands up pretty good because you can pivot his legs out and forward and back as you needed, even though he doesn't have ankle articulation. As far as other poses, it's really hard to do because he doesn't have any articulation in his ankles, so basically there's not much you can do. You could do some 2 knee poses probably, or, if he's sliding on the floor or something like that. Obviously, there will be ways to get around that. But this is the Star-Lord figure from the Epic line. Now, as far as these Epic figures go, let's see them next to some other figures so you can get a feel for how that works. So, the core figure here, you can see it's about the same height. Doesn't have as good an articulation to stand up, but, he was made years ago and is on another budget line figure. Here is a Batman figure, and of course, as you can see here, he's about the same height as Star-Lord, has very similar articulation as Star-Lord, so I'm not really surprised. Here's a Marvel Universe, I think, figure, but it's like a Spider-Man figure from the video game or something. His hand just breaks off like nothing every time I move it. So that's not cool. But here they are all together, so you can see them all together. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, pour on the plastic.